All right. Happy Thursday, everyone. I can't believe it's already Thursday. Today, in our tech series, I'm giving you guys an abbreviated version of the Take 6 Hours Back a Week. And like I said earlier, brookthenerd.com/takeback6. Any of the things we teach, we give you the resource page for. So if we talk about it, it's going to be on the page. The books I mentioned, any handouts, and an outline of what I talk about. So I don't want you to panic. It's out there. This is also interactive. If you have a question, I'm not going to be able to see you while I'm presenting my screen. Just yell my name or put it in the chat and we'll get to it. I will see it blinking in the chat. But please, if you have a question as we go, go. And this is a little bit different. Look at command and technology, right? If you've been in one of my classes or met with me one-to-one, you know my thing is not barfing tech on you guys. So today we're going to go over a couple of ways of just how to take back 6 hours a week. And the first one is massive. Hold on, let me put you guys over here, put my screen. Can somebody give me a thumbs up that you see my PowerPoint with my face? Awesome. All right, so today we're going to take back 6 hours a week in command and a little bit outside of command. So let's get going. And let me put that link out here for you guys one more time, and I will post it at the end as well. So let's talk about a bunch of big words, paradigm shift, and what it is. So how many of you, show of hands, digital pause, think lead generation is a dirty word? And it's okay. If people say lead gen and you get stomach acid and it makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. When people say lead gen, you go, WT is lead gen. I actually have no idea what it is, but I know I'm supposed to be doing it 4 hours a day because productivity tells me so. Team leader tells me so. MREA tells me so. And that wee little nerd in the box tells me so. Lead gen is not a bad word. Can be. But because we don't protect our lead gen time, half the reason we don't do it is because we don't know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. So let's talk about paradigm shifts. It's a shift in how you think. A paradigm is a change. So usually you hear these in scientific experiments. It means you took what somebody else thought and researched and you twist it or you add to it, but you can't get to where you need to be with a breakthrough until you go through the exact thing the person did in the experiment before you. So a paradigm shift means you have to use the original models and systems before you can go forward and do anything else. This may sound familiar with the triangle of systems and models and creativity. Most of us live with the triangle upside down and we try to live off creativity and we fight the models. You can be creative, but you got to stick within the models. And that's when the paradigm shift in our thinking begins to happen. Paradigms also define how we perceive reality. We may think we are doing lead generating during the day, but we are doing lead receiving. There is a huge difference, right? We put a sign in the yard, I'm lead generating, right? We sent blast text message, I'm lead generating. That one you kind of are, I'll give that to you. But we start coming up with creative ways to go around what we need to be doing. Therefore, we stop doing what the meat and potatoes of lead generation is, and it's simply connecting with the people we know or trying to get people we don't know into conversations so they fall in love with us and want to do business and stay in relationship with us. We got to stop reinventing the wheel. I'm putting it out here. It's going to be everywhere. Page 133 in the MREA. If you never read any other page, might be 132, might be 134, depends on your version. But this is the one page you should be reading. It goes over the lead gen model and what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. There's a sign on that website that I gave you, and it says, do not disturb lead generation in progress. I want you to tape it to the back of your bald heads. I want you to pin it to your shirts. I want you to put it on your doors. I want it everywhere during your time block for lead gen. How many of you have a time block in your calendars, your paper calendars for lead gen? Raise your hands. If you don't, it's okay. You should put it. You should really put it, because if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. The more you put up these signs, the more other people are going to put up these signs if you're in the market centers, and the more lead gen as a group we're going to do. Everybody's lead gen may be a little different, how you do it, how you two-way communicate, but at the end of the day, we have to be doing it. No communicating, no business, no relationships, okay? Utilize smart plans in command. Now on that website, I gave you all my favorite smart plans that literally cue you up and tell you who to touch, when to touch, what you should say, why you're saying it. It's like lead gen in a box. And sometimes we don't use smart plans because we don't understand exactly what they do, or what is my client going to get. Put yourself in command. You should be the one contact that's at 100%, right? Like, you should know everything about you. Okay. Put yourself on these smart plans. So if anybody struggles with that, reach out to me privately. I promise I won't call you out on it. Okay. I've just put that link back up again where the smart plans are. They're in my outline on that website, along with your sign that you're going to tape to your head, your hoodie, your back, the door, the windows. You're going to wallpaper with it. But we've got to protect our lead gen time. How many of you come to the office and then you look up and you're like, oh, I chatted with that other agent for 3 hours. Lunchtime. None of you get chatty in the office? I'm looking around and I'm going to call you out on those lies right now. I better see all hands up. See, I'm seeing videos go off. They don't want to deal with that. We all, go ahead.
Because I only go into the office once a month. So I'm like, people.
Are you disturbing their lead gen time possibly?
Hell yeah, I am.
Yeah, exactly. We got to protect it. Time block for socialization. It was something that my coach taught me, and it was one of the smartest things he ever did, because guess who's a little social butterfly as well when she walks into a market center, right? You guys can all point at me. So when I was in the market centers, it was really important that my door was closed or open, and I was specifically blocked for social time. Our social time is super important at the market center for our relationships, but we've got a time block for it. The other thing is, if you don't market in whatever you use, command, whatever program, your Excel sheet, didn't happen. If you didn't market, it didn't happen. You can't quantify it, qualify it, report it. There's no way for us to know. So when you are doing this, make sure you are marking it down, okay? Agents spend at least 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours a day, chatting with peers and accidentally not doing their lead gen. We're all of us have been guilty of this. Time block, okay? Clean data. How many of you would just open your database and start cleaning it? Scrubbing? No one. Maybe. Is that best use of your time? No. Garbage in, garbage out. Stop playing internet detectives. We all do it. We get that lead and it says my name, my phone number, but then the email says Nunya at nunyabiz.com. I just want information on the property. And we've all gotten those leads. So what do? We become internet detectives. I will find every piece of information on this person because I bought the lead and they're mine. I don't care that they gave me incorrect information. We spend at least an hour a day looking for missing pieces of information, okay? Stop playing internet detectives, because there are 2 smart plans that will set your soul free, like little butterflies. It's Marty Miller's missing phone number and Marty Miller's email. So if you are missing a phone number, it sends an email that basically says, even though we've spoken, I did not write down your phone number. My bad. I mean, it says a little differently like that. But then on the reverse, the missing email, you send them a text that says, hey, it's Brooke with KW. I wanted to email you something and realized I never wrote it down. Would you please send me your email? Send it. If you're missing information on people, put them on the smart plans. They will reply. And here's the thing. If they reply and say remove me, beautiful. One less person I have to beg. On to the next. We are so worried about taking people out of our database, but why are we spending time and resources on people who don't want to be contacted? Maybe they were on Z Who Shall Not Be Named at midnight after a bottle of wine and they just wanted to see the inside of a house their friend showed them. They are not interested. They are not ready. And we are like wolves circling the prey. We are hungry. So if you get something and it's missing information, these two, I can guarantee we spend more than an hour a day looking to fill the holes in our database. Stop it. We are not detectives. Maybe you were in a previous life, but we're not now. I don't think your license covers private detective work, okay? And sometimes you guys get yourself into places on the interwebs, and then I have to clean your computers. Just send the smart plans, okay? Who has downloaded the command app? And if you haven't, it's okay. Because I'm going to give you the QR code right now. If you are Macs, please hover your cameras over the left with your cell phone. And if you are Android based, please hover your camera to the right. And I'll give everybody a moment to do this. And if you're on a phone, don't worry, it's on the website.
Brooke,
Yeah.
one question, I have downloaded it, but it keeps erasing my username and password.
Do you have an Apple or an Android?
An Apple.
So tap the Face ID, and once you tap it once, it'll put it in every time after that.
My face isn't recognized.
Yeah, that's me with, it doesn't recognize me without my glasses lately, so I'm gonna put that on. So get those downloaded. You're gonna log in with your MyKW username and password or your command username and password. I love this app. This app had a flawless release. I do lead gen the same way you guys do, just to a different audience. When I'm on the road in the morning, I'm able to open my phone, tap it, tell Siri what to do, and then voice to text the activities and the notes that I need to happen. So what happens is, instead of using your cellular phone, your cellular device, your Mac to do the texts, the phone calls, whatever you're going to do, you're going to start everything from the command app. So I want you guys to, however you move your apps, I know, get it wiggling on the iPhones and move it all the way to the front page where your phone normally is. And instead of using your phone, go into the app and start the calls from there. That's right. Instead of, because it's going to start asking you, oh, hi, Brooke. You just texted Melissa Perot. Would you like to log this activity? Why, yes, command app. I would love to log that activity. You voice to text it, and you're free. Then on to the next. And then it says, oh, by the way, this was a task. Would you like to mark it complete? Oh, command app. I would love to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Leverage in my pocket. Leverage in my pocket. And it's happening because I put on the good smart plans. Because I'm following the models and I'm doing the tasks I'm supposed to do in my business. It also tells you birthdays. And here's my other favorite trick about this. Okay, how many of you share your consumer app from the consumer app? Do any of you do that? Okay, do it from command. So when you're in a contact, hit those 3 meatballs. It's going to give you 2 options. The meatballs are the 3 dots. You know I love food, okay? Meatballs are the 3 dots. The lines are a hamburger menu. I didn't make up those terms. Those actually existed. It's going to say share your app, and it's going to let you choose how you share it. Or it's going to say download contact to phone. when you share the app through the command app contact, so I'm sharing my consumer app with the contact, it then logs the activity for you. If you do it just from the consumer app, it doesn't log the activity. Then you can set a task for yourself right away that says, follow up in 3 days to see if Melissa actually downloaded the app and is connected. Call her with any questions about the app. And then it logs the activity for you. So it's just one-upping while you can still do it from the consumer app. Man, I want to log that activity. I want that touch.
Once they connect to this, is that section, and I haven't really been using it, but where it says like seller profile, buyer profile, once they connect your app, does something magic happen in that section?
We can go over that in another one, but there's a few things you have to turn on to make buyer seller, like they have to be in an opportunity. You have to turn on a few pieces, but yes, you just have to flip those things on there. Oops. Okay. So we've got the app. We're going to stop being internet detectives. We're pinning signs to our heads that say, leave us alone. We're doing lead gen. They're a little kinder. But we've talked about smart plans. Smart plans make you smarter, not your clients. They make you smarter. In New England, we get smarter. They help you keep the promises you made to your clients. How many of you love to see somebody else's sign in your neighbor's yard? Oh, no one? Okay. Are you sure? Smart plans help us remember to call people, help us stay in communication, help us stay top of mind. They're meant to keep you smarter. A lot of people say to me, but Brooke, I don't want to talk to people on their birthday. I don't want to talk to people home anniversary. I will tell you, those are the two things that you should touch people with text messages, social media, handwritten notes, phone calls. Something as important as someone's home anniversary or birthday should never be just automatically done. What should happen is you should know to do it through smart plans, but it should never be a cold touch for something that important. That's going to set you apart from all the automated messages that you get on a birthday. Okay? Sorry, gang, it just got loud here for a hot sec. Remember, real estate is an experience, not a price point. So how many of you got really busy this year? Like it was the spring market all the time, right? It's just busy. Buyers can't get things. It's just you feel like you're on fire. And what happens is sometimes we let things go. Or things, we have so many balls up in the air, we drop one. What we need to do is make sure we're using smart plans as a way to stay organized. One of the things was when I sit down with agents who are thinking about making their first hire, is we look at smart plans. How are they utilizing them? How are they utilizing the tasks? And one of those can earn you at least an hour a day trying to figure out who you're supposed to call. How many of you would love your phone to tell you who to call, okay, why you're calling them, what you're supposed to say? How would you like it if you just had to copy and paste a message from your command into your text message? Then you can paste it right into the notes. That's the power of your app, and that's the power of using smart plans. Because it's going to tell you, hey, it's Brooke with Keller Williams, and whatever the smart plan has to say, and you can hold, tap, copy, paste that bad boy. Whee! And it's gone. And whee! You mark that activity. And that was like 30 seconds for the text message. And it's not you going, all right, who am I going to call today? Oh, no, nope, not calling them. You're going to have a curated list. We've all done that. Melissa, you're laughing. We all have that person that comes up and we go, oh, not today, right? Archive task. But the people we want to stay in communication with, this is what smart plans are going to do for us. They're going to make it so the promises we made, because how many of you in your listing packet go, I communicate at a high level to my clients. You always know what's going on during the process, during and after the transaction. And then you're like, oh, Scooby Snacks. I forgot their birthday. I forgot the home anniversary. Oh, somebody else's sign is in the yard. I should have called them. Shoulda, woulda, smart plans. Okay? Again, smart plans make you smarter not your clients. They have no idea what a drip campaign is. They don't know what a smart plan is. Hi Melissa, can I put you on a smart plan? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay. Who to contact, how to contact, what to say. End of story. I wish this had been around when my husband first got into this business. My life would have been a little smoother at that point. Okay. My marriage would have been a little better then. We're great now. We don't talk real estate at home. Okay. This is in the website. Let me post that one more time and I'm going to keep doing it. Okay. And all my contact information is on my website as well, if you need it, Randy. But these are the smart plans that win. Because again, do you guys read every email? Oh, but do you see my name in your inbox and you're like, it's just Brooke. I'll get it later. Ugh, it's just the region. It's just the market center. It's like as soon as you get a license, you get this little disease called RDR, called realtors don't read anymore because we get too busy. But you still saw it and you still remembered my name. I'm still, and then all of a sudden you get something in the mail, or then you see me on social media, or you get a text message. We've got to stop fearing over touches. And this is the only environment we can say that in and not be creepy. But we need to make sure we are systematically touching our database and spreading those touches out. Smart plans will do that. So monthly neighborhood nurture, bi-weekly, quarterly call plan, nerd trick and tip. Do not put everybody on a bulk quarterly call plan because every 90 days you will have to call everybody. And I can't bulk undo that. So as you have a conversation with someone, update their info. And then right as you end the call, update your notes. Are they on a quarterly call plan? What other call plans can I put them on, or smart plans? Boom, move on. Mark your activity. Long-term nurtures for people who say, I'm not ready to sell for 3-4 years, 2 years. Midterm, little less. Missing phone number. We talked about that. Missing email. Home anniversary. Did you have to sell them the home or sell the home to get that info? I'm seeing some no's. Because you know what? Their realtor's probably not doing it, or they're out of business. So if you're farming an area, where do you find that info on a home? Where can you find it?
Records.
It's public record. It ain't creepy. It's public record. I mean, don't show up like Publishers Clearinghouse style with balloons and a giant check and some cake. You can show up to me that way, but don't show up Publishers Clearinghouse style and be like, it's your home anniversary. I actually just rent this house. You can put it in. 8x8, promote my app. Gary once said at one of our, Sam, you might remember, it was either New Orleans or Dallas. He said, if every agent shared our app, we would put other real estate apps out of business. I think it was Dallas. I think it was.
Maybe New Orleans, but yeah, either way, it was on stage in Austin growing up.
Yeah.
He said it more than once.
Yes, that stuck with me from day one. So if someone texts you a property for Z who shall not be named or R.no, find it on your website or app, send it back and say, is this the same property you were looking at? I only go by the data on my website because I know that's correct. Because is Z who shall not be named always correct? No. And no. And then open house follow-up. You meet unrepresented buyers at an open house, you put them in the app, you can put them on a smart plan like that. While you're at the open house, as they're exiting the door, they have an email from you. Then tomorrow you're told to call them. Then it delays and then you're told to text them. Could you imagine people walk out the door of your open house and they have your info in their inbox ready to go? Because you know nobody knows how to shut off notifications on these things. And it pops up as they're walking out. And they're gonna be like, wow, they're so techie. They're so techie. And if you hover your phone camera over here, you can get right to my cheat sheet as well for all my favorite smart plans. But again, guys, it is in my website. Ta-da! Take back 6. All right. Intentional opportunities. Everybody uses opportunities as a way to get paid. right? I have to put my people in opportunities to do my commissions to get paid. Green Sheets is going away, blah, 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 blah. Opportunities is one of the most amazing tools. So we're done our lead gen. We've been intentional about it. We have taped our lead gen sign to the back of our heads, our hoodies, our doors. Intentional opportunities make it so that every buyer, every seller in your world gets the same experience. Because what you don't want is someone to have a poor experience because we dropped the ball on something, especially if you become multi-state licensed. What you have to do in New Hampshire is very different than what you do in Massachusetts versus what you do Rhode Island, Connecticut, Maine, Vermont. You get my drift? I don't know how you guys do it multi-state licensed. You are amazing. Whoops, that's not the right one. Uh-oh. All right. Let's just stay here for a second. So when you use opportunities correctly, you can go in and say, okay, when I'm nurturing a buyer, what does it look like? How am I getting them to appointment stage? Then when they're at appointment stage, what are the things you want to happen before the appointment, during the appointment, and then after the appointment? How do you get them to sign a contract? And then from there, what happens when you do get the contract? Then what happens when the property closes? You can set up tasks for every single section of the pipeline and opportunities. And what it ends up doing is giving you time back because you set the time and the date where you need that task to pop up. So I'm in opportunities. I say, okay, in Cultivate, I need to make sure my contact is at least to 80%. So I have the information I need to properly get in touch with them, says the dog. There's a dog in the office. From there, when you go all the way to the right of that checklist, once you set your checklist up, you can set due dates. And if you're on a team, you can assign it to other people if it's not something you're supposed to be doing, which is wonderful. You can assign it to someone else. But those tasks are going to start to roll up on your lead gen box. And sometimes the things that are in opportunities are actually a part of lead gen as well. One of my favorite nerd tips and tricks is in the closed part of opportunities. So you have this closed pipeline. It's usually where you put the date that it's closing, all this good stuff. Make a note to change your tags from buyer to bought and add seller. So let me say that one more time. Buyer to bought, add seller. Because how you market to people matters. Not every message you're going to send out is meant for everyone. Okay? Seller to sold, add buyer or investor. Seller to sold, add buyer or investor. Then make sure you have a task that says add to home anniversary smart plan or any communication smart plans you need to make sure that at the end of this relationship, you stay top of mind with monthly neighborhood nurtures, quarterly call plans, whatever's a part of your 36 touch. Those should be in your opportunities at each time. So those tags again, buyer to bought, add seller. Huge, right? Huge. Sellers, seller to sold, add buyer and or investor. You know them best. Are they going to be buying vacation properties? Was this a right size? Was this an upsize? What was this move all about? Why were they selling? Why were they buying? Add those tags to continue the relationship. Not only that, get them on smart plans that help you build your hyper local community with them. Where's the best pizza place? Who needs a plumber, a roofer, a contractor? Anything that we need to do on our house ends in the best New England accent ever, right? Drywaller, plumber, roofer, it's the best. It's the best. But if we're intentional with our opportunities and we set them up, and guys, you can change the tasks as you go. We're also setting up landscaper. Perfect. I love it. But we're setting us up to also build our operations manual. So when we make that first hire, we're not sitting there asking our first hire to tell us how we do business. We're going to take an admin on it. We're going to be able to say, listen, when we get a buyer, these are the things we do, and I need you to handle X, Y, Z. If they're licensed, some of those things may be different. If your admin is not licensed, those things are going to be very different. But what we need to do is set up intentional opportunities so that when we plop a person in there, it's a nice rotisserie chicken in our Ronco. We set it, we forget it, the tasks come up for us. Set it, forget it, put the tasks, and then they show up in your lead gen box. The lady in the box is going to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Capiche? I have just told you 6+ ways, 6 hours to take back time. Okay, so let's review them. Beep, 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 beep. I don't like this computer. Okay, we're going to protect our lead gen. How are we going to do that, guys? There's 2 ways.
Put a note on our door.
And I give it to you, and it's kind. It's not like backup, sucker. It's lead gen in progress. Goodbye. Go away. We're going to tape it to our head. Sam's got a good head he could tape it to. So no matter where he turns, people know he's lead gen in progress. Okay? Put on your door. Share it with friends. I would love to talk. What was the other way we can protect our lead gen time?
Time block it.
Time block it. And time block your social activities as well. If you are that, I got to go into people. I go to the market center so I can people. Time block your social time. 15 minutes after every hour, okay? We're going to stop reinventing the wheel. Clean data, right? We're going to stop playing internet detectives. Again, I don't see anywhere in our licensing where we became private investigators, unless you did that in a previous life, and you're probably not supposed to do it here. If people want to work with us, we're going to get the information, especially if we bring a ton of value. So we've got those smart plans. Use them. Use them. That's an hour a day alone, not digging for the real email of Nunya at nunyabusiness.com. Okay? We're going to use the command app. Did everybody snag it, or do we need the QRs again? Get it, get it, get it. How do we log in? What do we log in with?
With the same login for command.
You got it. Also known as MyKW or Keller Cloud. We refer to it
That's
as a bunch of different. Yep. Does it track our texts and phone calls from there? Can we leave funny voice to text memos? I have to edit mine. It does not like my New England voice. We're going to move that app where our phone app is. And instead of using our phone app to anything to do at work, we're going to open the command app and we're going to make our calls and text messages from there through the tasks, because we have wicked smart plans. They're going to tell us what to do, when to do it, who to do it with. And we can even copy and paste things in. And then you can even just copy and paste those into the activities. Then we're going to do intentional opportunities. This is a pen and paper exercise that you time block for. What does it look like to be a buyer at every stage of my life cycle of this transaction? What does it look to be a seller in my world? Where are my pain points? Where can I leverage some of this out? Where do I absolutely have to take ownership of something? Then we can build it inside opportunities through the tasks in the different pipeline stages and phases. So we're going to get super intentional about opportunities. And like I said, guys, that is pen to paper. What does it look like to be someone in my world? And mastermind about this in your office. Have an opportunities mastermind for best practices. If you're newer and you're not sure what it should look like to be a seller in your world, have coffee with your top agency or ALC. They will talk to you. And if they won't, you call me. I'll make them talk to you. Okay? 6 hours 6 hours we just got back, if not more, depending on how much of a chatty Cathy you are in the office. Sometimes we can add 2 hours to that. So we took back 8 hours. It's all up to you guys. So let's open it up to questions about anything we talked about today. What questions can I answer for you? And I will pop that website up one more time. I just got a private message. Oh, I see buy dirt. I like that. Go ahead, Melissa.
So wow, brain cramp. Sorry. When I put everything on opportunities, I haven't done any tasks because that command app is fairly new. So I just started, sending the invites to people, but I did see that to be able to set up tasks and stuff for buyers and sellers, they had to be on your app. If you set up like a task, kind of like with smart plans, does it save that so that you can like reuse that again on another person, or is it every
It's
time that you have
once.
a person once?
Nope, you set up this. So opportunity tasks are for you, not your clients. So opportunity tasks are to make you smarter. So you're going to set your tasks once.
Okay. There was another one, but I can't remember what it was.
That's okay. Just re-raise your hand and we'll bring it back up. But no, opportunity task will show in your tasks on your app. And some of us are labbing currently. They gave it out at Family Reunion. We are labbing opportunities on the app. And it's wonderful and it works great. But remember, some of these things are not meant to be done mobilely or on the fly when it comes to contracts and important information. Those are things you want full screen in front of you. I do not want to look at a PNS on my phone. One, I'm blind as a bat and I would need a giant magnifying glass. But two, it is too important. We do not want to make mistakes mobilely. Yeah, Corinna, that's me. Like, this is me right now trying to figure things out. Okay. Recordings for this, Randy, Keller Williams, New England. If you just search YouTube for all the different things we do, the growth call, this, anything, it's recorded and you can replay me at any time. Lucky you. I don't replay my voice. I don't need to hear it. I don't like it. So opportunity tasks roll into your phone, even if you don't have opportunities. Colleen.
Yeah, hi Brooke. So the opportunity task is that like if you're in your command console, can you put them in through there? I see like you can add a task for your contacts, but I don't see where you add the opportunity task.
Sure. So when you're in opportunities, you would have to set them up. And this is why I say put pen to paper first. What are all the things you want to happen at each stage? So when you're in the opportunity for a specific person, there's a checklist at the top. Yours might say 0/0 right now, but you can have as many tasks in there as you want in the order that makes sense. And you can drag and drop the order. Then when you're on the right of those tasks, when you click in 0 of 0 or 1 of 2, then when you go to the right, you hover over, you can assign a date and a time to it. And if you're on a team, you can assign it. If you're a rainmaker, you can assign it to someone on your team as well. Then those tasks show up in your everyday tasks, whether you're in your command dashboard on your computer, or if you're using opportunity tasks on your phone. So you got to set those up.
Okay, is that something that you could do as a class?
I could absolutely do that, but you guys have to do some homework first.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not, everybody runs their business so different. I don't know how Colleen does her business versus how Cheryl versus how Michelle does her business. So I will book it out for a few weeks to give us homework. I'm going to get us some blank sheets, and we actually have a cheat sheet of what all the nerds came together and thought something should do at each step of the way. I'll share that with you guys as well. I will get it on this Take Back 6. Just give me a few days to do that. I'll post on the growth call in my website when those cheat sheets are up for opportunities. But if we're going to come back as a group and work on opportunity tasks, I want you guys to be able to deploy it for your business instantly and just start working with it. If you are on a team, I'm going to ask you to work with your rainmaker because they do need to set those up. Because how you do business may be based on how your team asks you to do certain things at every step of the way. So we just want to make sure we're doing it the right way. The other thing is for compliance, that's on you guys to know what's supposed to happen, when in the deal, and where it's supposed to go, or who's supposed to do it. Because in one state, you may set up the inspection. In another state, the mortgage lender may set up the inspection, right? There's just so many variables. So we just want to make sure that when we come back as a group, you know that your state laws trump everything else that may be on this sheet. But I would love to do opportunity pipeline for you guys because it's one of, I think, the most underutilized pieces of command. And it's project management. It's like having a transaction coordinator without having a transaction coordinator yet. And it's super leverage, super leverage.
Yeah, I love that pipeline. Actually, I love seeing the GCIs and the potential and all that stuff. I think for me more, it's not necessarily the steps, but it's like how to put the steps in and how to maneuver through it. So, and I don't know if anybody else would benefit from that, or if I could just get a one-on-one with you.
Sure, no, let's do an opportunities pipeline task mastermind. Pipeline task mastermind. And I will get those cheat sheets up ahead of time, and I will also have the region add them to the emails that go out about the tech class so you can snag it from there as well. All right, any other questions? How many of you want to take back 6 hours a week? Okay. What would you do with 6 additional hours in your business?
More lead gen.
Because lead gen is no longer a dirty word, right?
Travel the world, Brooke, with 6 hours.
Right? 6 hours? I would create so many TikToks.
Or watch that many TikToks.
Not watch. My TikTok made it to Red Bash, by the way, guys. One of my TikToks. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. What else would you do at 6 hours in your business? How about just have time to think? How many of you schedule time to think in and dream vision about your business? Right? We really, it's one of those, it's like a luxury item. Take 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes of the 6 hours we just gave you back and spend it on you. Reading, scribing, or dreaming about where you'd want to see, visualize those things. Look at your vision board. Don't have a vision board? Work on your vision board. You deserve that thinking time as well. All right. You know me, I love ahas, but more than ahas, give me an aha, but give me one thing you're going to put into your business today or tomorrow now that we've taken back 6 hours of your time with command. So hit me with your ahas and one thing you're going to start with tomorrow or today when you leave me.
Well, I'm going to
Stop
get me back in.
investigating.
Whoop, whoop.
Stop investigating.
That was not on your real estate license. I did not see Internet Detective in any of the modules for your state. Not one of you. Melissa.
Yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that missing phone and email smart plans. What a great idea.
And Sam Jackson also has those too. So the 2 people I trust in this world with smart plans for my humans. Is yours gone, Sam? You have it too, right?
That's there.
Okay.
I just have my credit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's R&D, rip off and duplicate. Sam Jackson or Marty Miller, please use those downloads. If you have questions, send it to me and we'll review it together before you put it into play into your database. Remember, the trick is deploy it on yourself first so you know what it looks like and feels like. Melissa.
You already put your name in it.
Yes. Melly.
So I do the database too,
Mm-hmm.
which there really isn't a smart plan for that because that would, is there though? Because I haven't seen one and I would like to make it so that when I open it, it's you are calling all these people. It's not, I have to.
Yeah, I'll send you some info on that. You muted yourself somehow when you did that. When you're flowing, yeah, there you go. There you go. You were muted that
Flailing
whole.
around like a banshee.
So what are you going to put into your business tomorrow?
I'm gonna definitely put in that missing phone number, missing email, Marty Miller, because I
Or Sam
haven't
Jackson.
used that.
Or Sam
Or,
Jackson.
Yeah, hey Sam.
Wave to Sam, everybody. Hi, Sam. Not awkward.
I'm leaving now. Yeah, thanks for what I came.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? We
you
like your
doing?
smart plans too.
How you doing?
How you doing? Actually, Sam, you went to school up here, right? In New England?
Yeah, I just came here to like get the nostalgic, New England accent.
Yeah, he missed us. We make him wicked smart. He knows it. He knows our lingo. Corinna.
I am going to get myself back into my database because I archived myself and now I don't know how to unarchive me.
If you go to settings, contacts, there's an archive in there. Just find yourself and unarchive yourself. And if you need help later, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an archive in settings.
Okay.
So what's one thing you're going to do out of today? What is one thing you're going to take to get all those 6 hours back? No, I'm still on you, Karina. What are you going to do? Ms. Bonifant, you tell me.
What am I going to do I don't know.
Pick one. What fed your soul from today? What the one where you went, oh, she's picking on me. Why is she doing that?
Probably don't be a detective.
Super sleuth, registered symbol.
But you know what? Can I tell you something? I'm like really good at that.
But if they wanted to be contacted, would you have the correct information?
Yeah, but those aren't the people I'm looking for the information for.
Okay, so why don't you have the information?
Because they're like past expireds or things like that.
That's
So if
me
we-
too.
Okay, so
I don't super sleuth who's in my database. I super sleuth expired listings and off-market properties so that
Mhm.
I can, cold call and whatnot because I'm
Just-
cheap
yeah.
and I don't want to pay a
Check.
company to give me the numbers.
just check the do not call. I cannot stress that enough.
course.
Check the do not
Oh,
contact.
Every number, every time. That's
Okay.
why it takes so long. But again, I'm
Good
cheap,
time block.
so I don't
Good time
pay a
block for
company.
it.
Yeah.
Time block for it, right? And if you're not
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
return on investment for it, you got to get back to activities that will bring you return on investment for your time.
Yeah, I got a time block.
Time block it, set an alarm. It's what I do. I have alarms set for 3 times in my calendar. So it tells me 20 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. You can set those up
Yeah.
and it moves you and it tells you on your watch. All right, I need one more aha. I need one more to make me feel good.
I'm gonna use my app.
I'll get it back. There you go. Use the app. I use it every day. Every single day. It tells me home anniversaries, birthdays, who I'm supposed to be in contact with. And it's so good. When I tell you this was a flawless release of a product, flawless. And if you're on a team, awesome. Hit your face at the bottom right of the app and you can toggle between personal and team view, which is wonderful. All right, who am I going to see at Masterminds next week and who needs more information on it? Awesome.
Well, I could use more information.
There you
Is it-
go.
What makes it worth traveling down from Vermont to go to that?
The amount of people you're going to be in the room with at the production levels, the people you're going to hear from. Ashley Harwood alone, go for her. Go for Brady Sandall. We have some speakers that are outside of real estate coming in because sometimes we need to stop hearing real estate voices all the time and hear other voices.
I'm in production now, by the way.
Nice. Even more reason to get back into it. Also, if you missed family reunion, the networking alone, that's going to, how many of you are licensed in every single New England state? Why doesn't anybody raise their hand? This is a chance for you to make partnerships and friendships that will change your business. Bring a ton of business cards or a QR code and make sure you follow up with the people you met. There are people from family reunion that take your card and never call you. Then there are people, I have beautiful messages from people in my inbox when I got back about our interactions, the experiences we shared. And let me tell you now, I have referral partners in places I never had referral partners before, who are like me, who I know I would send my clients to. They're
I closed 8
referral.
this year. I probably made 20 grand in referrals this year. It's the first year I've ever done it, and it was awesome.
How many would you like referral money? I would like more referral money. I know my husband would. Right? Instead of seeing that people moved out of state and you could have helped them, right? Let's start talking about those things. Come for the connections, come for the camaraderie, come for the learning, and you have a chance to beat me at classic video games at Game On. There is a sponsored event.
But people are going. They're not going to. I haven't been going to things as much because I figure why put a bunch of money, and if like because of COVID, not as many people are going to go, not the same experience. So do you think people are over it and they're going to have fun?
If you had been at family reunion, Karina, what did you think? Family reunion, if you went, what was the experience? Shell went, Art went.
Oh my gosh. It was phenomenal. I got so much out of it. I mean, I had a big mind shift. It was just, it's unbelievable being with other like-minded people and just, you know, getting together with people and getting to see them on a different level. It's pretty, it's pretty amazing.
It really is. It really
There are
is.
enough tickets left? How many?
There are, but I will tell you, the hotel discount block ends at 1 tomorrow. I'm going to say 1 to be safe. We got them to extend it. I can't get them to extend it again because people bought tickets and they did not realize that it was just the mastermind and celebrations itself. You do have to book a hotel. You guys, if you don't want to stay on site, don't stay on site. It might be a pain in the butt to get shuttled back and forth to other places. You want to stay on site. You want to be, and there's so much good food. Oh my God, Mohegan Sun has such good food. And we feed you a ton of it. So KWNEmasterminds.com. If you have stuff you want to sidebar with me, yes, you have to book a hotel room outside of the actual ticket purchase through the block. And I think they're super cheap, like $2 something a night versus the $400 to $600. So email me, b.silva@kw.com. Go to KWNE Masterminds. And then also don't forget, oops, that's going right to a private message.
I need some side tech help too, because I think some of my stuff leaving PC and going normal agent is messing up some of my like dot loop connections. I need like maybe half hour of your time sometime. Yeah. I'll email you.
Yeah, start with Josh on anything dot loop because I don't have a lot of access.
I did already.
Okay.
I think if I show you what I think you are smart enough to figure out what the heck's wrong.
You got it. All right, guys. 6 hours back of your life. Take it, do something great with it, and we will see you at Masterminds. There is no tech next week because we are at Masterminds. So we will see you after that if I don't see you there. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you. I love you too, Bill. I love you too. That was very nice.